I'm going to be starting a new series nowadays, since CBD and marijuana has been basically legalized, but it's been commercialized for recreational use or for medicinal purposes, whichever one. We're going to start a new thing called Let's Toke About It. And as an intro, this pipe was made by my uncle for my dad in 1976. I call it 76. And nothing really to say about weed. It's tasty, it's good, it's healthy. I wouldn't say overdo it, Keep a balance between exploring your mind and exploring the world. Do a little bit of both. Make sure that you know how to comprehend instead of just always being floating around, But the topic I want to have today is because people, they're afraid to be themselves. You hide, like say even smoking weed, you hide smoking weed from your kids, from your family, from your parents when you're young, from whoever. Only the people that you know you do and are okay with it. Do you let, in on your secret when we're all the same damn thing, holding secrets from other people who don't know our secrets until they know our secrets, and then they're okay with them because if they like you enough, they're going to be okay with your little things, It's no big deal. And we live in a world where people listen to something that someone else tells them before taking the initiative to look into it themselves. Like you have middlemen everywhere. The place I work, I'm going to use a lot of examples of the place I work during these Toke About It talks because, people would be afraid to lose their job because they were seen, or, you can't do drugs, or, you can't do this, or you can't do that. Well, there was one point where beer and alcohol was illegal, and then they legalized it because they couldn't control it. And we know it's bad for you. Weed is good for you. They could control it because they made people fear it, because it actually helps you think clearer when you focus with it. If you just smoke and you want to clear your mind, guess what happens? You clear your mind. When you smoke and you want to focus on one thing, you can actually smoke and focus on one thing. When you smoke and want to go running, you can smoke and go running. I would say smoking cigarettes is a difference, but if smoking weed is not going to hinder your breathing very much, if at all. So, don't believe everything they tell you. Don't believe everything I tell you. Try things out. I'm not saying run out and do all these drugs or anything like that, but I'm saying don't let people convince you about yourself. How could somebody even be silly enough to let someone else convince them about themselves? Let's talk about it. I figured I'd break out the classic for the first episode. I'm tired of, I'm not afraid of anybody knowing anything because I love them. Like in a way where, it doesn't mean I'm like, oh, I love you. But it's in a way where like, if you do whatever you do, that's fine. If you're violent, angry, and aggressive and you cause pain, I'm going to distance myself from you and I'm going to try to work on helping you from a distance until I can get closer and help working on you from closer. Because everyone needs a little help. They're just afraid to ask. What I need help with is helping people. There's not enough people out there who are looking to do good. There's not enough people out there who are looking to do the right thing because it's the right thing, not because they were told to. Because if you were told to and you don't get why you're doing it, you're not going to keep doing it. You have to know why it's a good thing for you. You have to know that every convenience store and stuff like that you stop at, if you go into a convenience store and look for something healthy to eat, you can't find anything because it's convenient to eat unhealthy. No, it's not. It's actually very inconvenient for your life, for your physical life, if you want to be in this world a little longer. But then as time goes on, we'll get into things like, maybe you don't want to be here all that long, because once you realize what's going on, if people don't really start changing, why would you want to be part of this? But you want to be part of this because of what's underneath it all. The probabilities are outrageous. Like the things that could happen are so amazing. But instead people are dwelling on, their nails, or the girls with the nicest looks, or the famous people and their silly trends. Like, people don't see how silly that is. And once they do, it's going to be fine. But, when you tell them that they're being silly for watching all the stuff they're watching and flashy, glamorous stuff is really sort of dumb and immature. And if they're adults, they get mad. But guess what? I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. So that's Toke Talk, or Let's Toke About It, Part 1. I believe my camera's dying, so. Toke on. Until next time.